Yes. I just got here and it's 1:53. Yeah. Got here about 4 minutes ago. Oh, I had quite a time in the last 24 hours. Yes. It was one of those situations where I really thought somebody in law enforcement was going to enforce the laws, but I was wrong. You decided not to enforce the law. Now, I just thought I should mention that there's no signature of the protected person on this. Yes. And this signature was under duress because it seems to be different than this signature. Oh. Yesterday I mentioned about the enforcement of protection orders that have been issued using fraud. I think a forgery actually does fit the definition of fraud. But somebody in Clallam County decided they weren't going to enforce the law. What individual in the police and sheriff's departments thinks that, oh, this signature is the same as that signature? What person doesn't understand the difference between this 31st and that 31st? Yes. This 15 and that 15? Oh, this Miller and that Miller? And then there's that July and this July? Yes. And this Christie? Yes. Is much different than this Christie. Oh. Now let me see if this works. I'm going to just try this because I thought that somebody had turned my phone on without my knowledge. Here I'm gonna help you. I'm gonna magnify it. Yes. Because somebody keeps messing with my personal items? Yes. Do you see any difference in that M versus this M? This I and that I? Those two L's? Oh my gosh. And that E and that E and that R and that R? Yes. Now see this K? Yeah. It's very different than that K. Yes, it is. This R is different than that R. Yeah. That I is different than I. Oh, that S is different than that S. Oh, and this T is very different than that T. Pow, pow, pow. Now let's look at the J. Okay. See the difference in the J's? Yes, yes, yes. And then the U. Oh, the L. Oh, then there's the Y. Pow, pow, pow. Now, if you really look at the 1 and the 5 right there, yes, it's very different. Now, look at this 3 right here. Can you see it? I magnified it for you. Yes. Maybe I should get my flashlight out. Maybe there's somebody in the police department that doesn't realize what a forgery looks like. Yes. Because I thought I did a pretty good job. Now, I got my flashlight. Yes. Now, I want to make sure that see this 31st here? Yes, yes. I'm making it really illuminated for you. Yes, yes. Because for some reason that 3 with a J through it, yes. You see that? Yeah. It seemed like you have a difficult time seeing forgeries. Now I thought I'd just use the flashlight. Yes. Because I had to get up at 5 a.m. And seemed to be some problem with remembering to leave the back door open last night. Yes. Now, if you're in the police department, I might have mentioned that my inflatable air mattress has a hole in it. Yeah. I've been sleeping on the hardwood and didn't sleep very good last night. Now, maybe if you use a flashlight, you can see a forgery. And if you see a forgery, then you can see the fraud. And if you see the fraud, then you can see a judgment that had been fraudulent. And since it's fraudulent, that it does not fit the definition of the Violence Against Women's Act. And if it doesn't fit that, then there all of a sudden is the realization that it's not enforceable in any other jurisdiction. Now, I had to spend last night, yes, selling cigarettes, walking around just sweating my ass off. Get back to the place where I'm really concerned about the guy that's the renter. Yes. I haven't talked to him, and I think that he went to I think dude he went to rehabilitation because he had a bleeding ulcer. Yes. And I talked to the landlord, the property manager, twice. I gave him my phone number. Yes. And I said, as soon as we hear about where the renter is, because I had planned on doing some painting, yes. Um, you call me anytime you have any information. And then, of course, I don't have his phone number because I'm not the renter. I'm staying there, making sure that nothing happens to the property and waiting for the renter to contact me. Phew. Now, it's always a frustration when you get back to the place that has all your personal items. Yes. Find out both doors are locked, and then you have to think, well, how am I going to get my stuff? And maybe it was a mistake. It was an accident. Was it an accident locking the back door? Now, I just wanted to know, okay? Are you done torturing me? No, because I had to sell cigarettes last night and I was able to get bus fare. Look at this. Oh. I went to Port Townsend today to court. Yes, he did. And this cost me $2.50. Got an all-day pass. Yes. And that cost me $3. And I get to court and I found out that the individual, the doctor that did the expert evaluation of myself, yeah, hadn't quite completed his evaluation. Yeah. So we got to reschedule for the 28th of September of 2018. We had a continuance. Ooch. Now you can believe I was surprised when I got there, considering I didn't want to go to Port Townsend. Yes, I thought somebody, was going to enforce the rights. Now, do you understand that the use of a forgery to issue a court order is fraud? And when it's fraud, it's against the law. Now, I have waited for the sheriffs and the police department to inform me that they decided to remove the court orders. But you decided to see that if I'd have a failure to appear, I did notice that I didn't sleep very well and I did set my alarm for 5 a.m. Usually I wake up just right before it, but it was going off there for a minute, almost 2 minutes. I almost overslept. Now, did somebody have a plan where I would have to walk around all night last night because somebody accidentally locked the door that has all my personal items and could have been considered theft, except I do understand the absent-mindedness of those that thought the dogs would teach me a lesson. Now I'm back here for another month, and I would like to know where my sons are at. Do you understand?